Okay, welcome guys, welcome to the second tutorial of our GUI application using Visual Studio. So we have an exercise that is provided to us here, and they say write a GUI application that allows a user to input the number of eggs produced in a month by each of 5 chickens. Sum the eggs, then display the total in dozens and eggs if there will be any remainder eggs that doesn't fit into the number of a dozen. We know that a dozen it's 12, half a dozen it's 6, so we know exactly what should transpire, and we will be creating a GUI application for that, because a console application would be very simple to do that. A GUI it's also very simple to do the same. So here we are in Visual Studio, and the very first thing that we will do, we will create a form, and let's just call this form an egg calculator. So it will be saved inside of this, and we will just try to compile this. Okay, so what we need, because we have been given the they say allow a user to input the number of eggs produced in a month by each of 5 chickens. So we have 5 chickens, so we are going to use labels and text boxes. We will have a text box that allows the user to input 5 that allows the user to input 5 different number of eggs for each chicken. So the first chicken have produced a certain number of eggs, okay, and then we will have a click button, the click event that does the calculations, and then we will have a label box that displays the total number of eggs, and then it will calculate for us how many dozens we can get from that certain number of eggs, and then what the remainder eggs would be. It's a very good application to do. It trains us and shows us the arithmetic that happens behind the scenes. Okay, so this is something that you can program for maybe a company that sells eggs, and you can sell the software to these individuals. So what we will do first is to change just the name of the form by going to the properties as we have done. So this is not something new, this is something that we already know. So we will say the text in there, let's just say it's egg calculator, and when you press enter the name will change. Now remember, we said that we are going to have several things here, so I don't see the tab for the toolbox. You just go to view and you just say toolbox, and in this toolbox the first thing that we will search for is a label. So we will have a label, and I will place my label there, okay, and I will change the name of the label. Now this is the heading, something like a heading that I want to have, and I will say that it is enter eggs produced by each of 5 chickens. Very good, and I will press enter, and this is what we have. So this will be the heading that we have: enter eggs produced by each of 5 chickens. And then remember, I said that we will need 5 text boxes because there are 5 chickens in this. So I will have a text box, and I will just copy this and I will paste 5 of them. Right, and I will just place them here, place this one here, place that one there, place this one and that one, and from there I will just reduce the sizes, just reduce the sizes. So this will be the sizes. So let me just bring them closer to each other a little bit. Let's take this one. Oh, sorry. Let's just place this one here. Let's just place that one there. All right. Now these are the 5 text boxes that I have. I will also need a button for the click event that will be able to do the calculations. I will first rename the button, and the button will click to calculate. So this will be a click to calculate, and I'll press enter, and I will just there we have it. So this will be the button. I also need a text box. I will just copy this and I will paste here. So I will just paste the text box here, and I will go to the properties, and I will get rid of the information in here and press enter. So I know that I have a text box, but that text box will appear whenever I do the calculations. Okay, that is fine. So one most important thing that I need to do is to go to the click event inside of this button, just as we did in the previous tutorial. This is where everything will happen. So because I have 5 different chickens, what I will do, I will declare 5 integers. So I will assume that the user will just enter the integers. So I will have the integer int. I will have num1, num2, num3, num4 and num5, and I will just have the sum. All right, okay, that is fine. So how do I take text from the user and do something with that? So this is something that we have dealt with. So I will say num1 it's equals, so let me just import some few things, the convert and the, so let me just come here and say using static system dot convert. Very good. So I will say num1 is equals to int 32, and then what am I converting to int 32? What is inside of text box 1 dot text? Good. So I'm taking whatever that you are typing inside of text box 1, which is a text, converting that to an int and storing that inside num2. So I can just copy this and paste. Right, so this will be for num2, num3, num4 and num5. So this will be the second one, the third one, the fourth one and the fifth one. And now I wanted to calculate the sum. So that is fine. I know that the sum will be equals to num1 plus num2 plus num3 plus num4 plus num5. This will be my sum. Okay, that is fine. Nothing mysterious with this. This is something that we already know. So where will this sum be displayed? It will be displayed inside of the label number 2. Okay, that is fine. But now this will only return the sum. For example, if maybe the user type 20, 28, 18, 28 and 30, it will return a sum of 118 eggs. Okay, that's fine. So this will just return the sum, and I can come here, let me do this, and I can say okay, that's fine. Okay, let me not do that. Let me still have the sum. All right, and I can come here and say now sum. This is the sum that I have, and I can come here and just say this is the sum. Remember, it's an integer, but I wanted to make this a string because there's something that I want to do here. Okay. Let me just say that is the sum. Now I know that it will have the sum, but now I want to calculate how many dozens from that sum I will get. So I know that the dozen, it's a 12. So I'm going to take the sum. Let me declare a double. Let me say remainder. Right, or let me just say sum. Let me say dozens. This will return the dozen for me. So the dozens will be equals to, I'm taking that sum and I am dividing that sum by 12. So this will bring me the how many dozens are there in that sum. You just divide that by 12. Right. And then I know that it will be the sum. Right. And now I want to know how many eggs will remain. So let me just come here and say remainder. Right, I have a remainder. And how do I calculate the remainder? The remainder is equals to sum mod the modulus mod 12, and this will bring me the remainder and it will be stored there. So this one brings in how many dozens are there, and this one tells me the remainder of x. Okay, that is fine. Let's see if that will work, or there are some mistakes that we have done. So once that is like that, now I want to go inside of what now? I want to go inside of the text box. Which text box? The label label 2. So I want to say, okay, that's fine, that is fine. So go to label 2. Here it is, label 2 dot text, and this will be equals to what now? First I want to say when I am there, I want to say let me first say let me display the sum, or let me just have some text with this. The sum of eggs is plus, and then I will have the sum. Very good. And then from there I will say okay, I don't want to write something very long. Let me just say, okay, let me display the sum. This will be the sum, and then I will just say x. So this will be maybe 300 eggs, okay, plus, and I will say dozens. So this will just say 9, and maybe we will say 9 dozens plus, and it will just say let me just take the remainder plus, and I will just say left over. Let me just do it in this way. So we will say x, we will say sum, so it will say maybe 300x, it will say maybe 12 dozens, and it will say maybe 5 left over. Let's just have this in a nutshell. Okay, that's fine. So that will be that. So let's try to run this code and see whether everything will work the way in which we have predicted. Let's see if it will work. Let's just wait for the compiler to finish up, and we will just have it in a few seconds. Okay, this is what we have. We have enter eggs produced by each of 5 chickens. So let's say the first chicken produces 20, and the second one, this is the first, the second produces that, and this will be the third, and this will be the fourth, and the last one produces 30. Right, and then let me press on the click to calculate. We have 118 eggs, 9 dozens, and 10 left over. So everything was calculated correctly for us. So we have 118 eggs because that is the sum of these numbers. 9 dozens, that's us dividing the sum by 12, and 10 left over, that's the modulus of the sum. It will give you the remainder. So this is the second thing, just to build on the previous one, the second GUI application that we are having, just to have this interactive program. So this is all what I wanted to share with you. I will see you in the next tutorial.